She's sitting next to you on the couch right now, scrolling through her phone, physically present but emotionally somewhere else entirely. You can feel it, that distance, that coldness. But when you ask what's wrong, she says nothing, with a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. Here's what you don't know. She left you 3 weeks ago. You just haven't received the memo yet. Let me introduce you to the most brutal phase of toxic relationships that blindsides men every single time: the discard phase. In this video, I'm going to break down the 3 stages every toxic relationship goes through, the 8 unmistakable signs that she's already in the discard phase, why she's probably lining up your replacement right now, and most importantly, how to walk away with your dignity intact before she pulls the trigger. Alpha lens mindset here. Let's break this down. So what is the discard phase? To understand it, you need to know the full cycle. Every relationship with a toxic or narcissistic woman follows the same predictable pattern. 3 stages, clear as day, that play out like clockwork. Stage 1, idealization. Stage 2, devaluation. Stage 3, discard. If you've been through this once, you'll recognize it instantly. If you're in it right now, understanding these stages might be the wake-up call that saves you from months of unnecessary pain. Let's start with idealization. This is the honeymoon phase on steroids. She doesn't just like you, she's obsessed with you. You're the most amazing man she's ever met. You're different from all the others. You're her soulmate, her twin flame, the answer to every prayer she's ever had. The chemistry is off the charts. The sex is incredible. She's attentive, affectionate, and can't get enough of you. She's texting you constantly, making plans, talking about the future. You feel like you've finally found it, that connection you've been searching for your whole life. But here's what's really happening during idealization. She's not seeing you, she's seeing a fantasy version of you that she's projected onto you. You're not a real person with flaws and complexity. You're a character she's written in her mind, designed to fill the void inside her. She's love-bombing you, overwhelming you with affection and attention, not because you're special, but because she needs you to be special. She needs you to be perfect so she can feel complete. And the moment you reveal that you're human, that you have needs, boundaries, or flaws, the whole fantasy starts to crack. The idealization phase feels incredible, and that's exactly why it's so dangerous. It sets a baseline that's impossible to maintain. You think this intensity is normal, that this is just how she loves. But it's not love, it's infatuation, it's projection. It's her medicating her emptiness with your presence. And when the medication stops working, when reality seeps in and you can't possibly live up to the fantasy version she created, that's when stage 2 begins. Devaluation. This is where everything changes, but so gradually that you don't see it happening until you're drowning in it. She starts finding flaws, little criticisms here and there. You're so sensitive. Why do you always do that? My ex didn't have this problem. The affection becomes inconsistent. The warmth you got used to starts coming with conditions. You're confused because nothing changed on your end, but suddenly you're walking on eggshells trying not to trigger her mood swings. The devaluation phase is psychological warfare. She's systematically tearing down the pedestal she put you on during idealization. Everything she loved about you becomes annoying. Your ambition that she praised. Now you're a workaholic who doesn't have time for her. Your confidence she admired. Now you're arrogant and don't listen. Your emotional availability she appreciated. Now you're too needy and clingy. You didn't change. Her perception did. And you're scrambling to figure out what you did wrong when the truth is you just stopped being the fantasy and became a real person. Here's what makes devaluation so brutal. You remember how good it was during idealization. You know she's capable of that love, that affection, that connection. So you start working harder to get back to that place. You try to be better, do more, fix whatever's broken. But nothing works because the problem isn't you. The problem is, that she's incapable of maintaining healthy connection once the fantasy wears off. She doesn't know how to love a real person. She only knows how to love the idea of a person. And once you shattered that idea by being human, she started the process of emotionally exiting the relationship. The devaluation phase can last weeks, months, sometimes even years. It's the slow death of the relationship where she's still physically present but emotionally gone. She's training you to accept less and less while working harder and harder. She's conditioning you to believe that her withdrawal is your fault, that if you just figure out the right formula, you can bring back the woman from the idealization phase. But that woman never existed. She was a performance, and the performance is over. Then comes stage 3, the discard. This is the end, but here's the twist. The discard doesn't start when she actually leaves. It starts weeks or months before that. The discard phase begins the moment she's decided you're no longer useful, the moment she's emotionally checked out, the moment she's already planning her exit. And this is what destroys most men. By the time she finally says the words, "It's over," she's already grieved the relationship, already moved on emotionally, already lined up what's next. Meanwhile, you're blindsided because you didn't realize the ending started a long time ago. The discard phase is her slow, strategic withdrawal while maintaining just enough presence to keep you hooked until she's ready to execute the final exit. She's still there physically, still responds to texts, still shows up occasionally, but the energy is gone, the investment is gone, the care is gone. She's essentially already left, she just hasn't told you yet. And while you're trying to save a relationship, she's quietly preparing for the one after you. So why do toxic women go through these 3 stages? Why not just be normal, communicate issues, and work through problems like healthy adults? Because toxic and narcissistic women don't operate on logic. They operate on need. During idealization, they need you to fill their void, to validate their existence, to make them feel special. You're serving a purpose. You're the new drug that makes them feel alive. But once the high wears off, once you can't provide that same intensity, they move to devaluation. Devaluation serves a purpose too. It's her justifying the eventual discard. She needs to rewrite history, to turn you from a perfect prince into a disappointing villain, so that when she leaves, she can do it guilt-free. She needs to convince herself and everyone else that you weren't good enough, that you failed her, that she had no choice. The devaluation phase is her building the narrative that makes her the victim and you the bad guy. It's preemptive damage control. And the discard, that's her moving on to the next source of supply. Because here's the dark truth about toxic women. They don't end relationships until they have a replacement lined up. They don't sit in discomfort. They don't process their role in relationship failures. They just monkey branch from one man to the next, repeating the same cycle. Idealize, devalue, discard. New guy. Idealize, devalue, discard. Again and again and again. You're not special. You're just the current episode in a series that's been running for years. Here's what makes the discard phase especially cruel. She's already mourning the relationship while you're still fighting for it. She's already accepted that it's over while you're trying to fix it. She's already emotionally investing in someone else while you're begging for scraps of the affection she used to give freely. The power imbalance is total. She's got one foot out the door and all the control while you're fully invested with zero control. By the time she actually leaves, she's fine. You're destroyed. And that asymmetry is by design. So how do you spot the discard phase before it wrecks you completely? Let me break down the 8 unmistakable signs that she's already gone, even though she's still physically present. If you're seeing 4 or more of these, stop trying to save the relationship and start preparing for the exit. I got you. Let's go. Sign number 1. She stops fighting with you. This sounds like a good thing, right? The arguments stop, the tension eases. But here's what's really happening. She's stopped fighting because she stopped caring. Healthy couples fight because they care about resolution. Toxic women in the discard phase just go silent because you're not worth the energy anymore. If she used to blow up over everything and now she just says whatever and walks away, she's not maturing. She's mentally packing her bags. Number 2, your future plans evaporate. Remember when she used to talk about trips you'd take, places you'd live, things you'd do together? Now when you bring up anything beyond next week, she's vague, non-committal, or changes the subject. Let's just see how things go. I don't know. Maybe. Let's not plan that far ahead. She's not included you in her future because she's already decided you're not in it. She's just buying time until the exit is clean. 3, she starts picking fights over nothing. Suddenly, every little thing you do is wrong. You breathe too loud. You chew weird. You said hey instead of hello. She's manufacturing reasons to be angry because she's trying to justify the discard. She needs you to be the villain in her story, so she's picking fights to collect evidence of your inadequacy. She's building her exit narrative one petty argument at a time. Number 4, the intimacy is completely gone. I'm not just talking about sex, though that's probably dead too. I'm talking about emotional intimacy, physical touch, meaningful conversation. She doesn't want to be touched. She doesn't want to talk about anything real. She doesn't want to connect. She's creating distance because in her mind she's already gone. Staying physically and emotionally distant makes the eventual exit easier because she's been practicing leaving for weeks. 5, she's suddenly busy all the time. She used to make time for you no matter what. Now she's got plans every night. Work is overwhelming. She's tired. She needs space. Her calendar that used to revolve around you is suddenly packed with everything and everyone except you. She's not busier. She's just prioritizing literally anything over spending time with you because being around you reminds her she hasn't left yet, and that's uncomfortable. Number 6, she's rewriting your history together. You bring up a great memory and she says, it wasn't that great. You remind her of something sweet she said, and she denies saying it. She's retroactively making your entire relationship worse than it was because she needs to justify leaving. If she admits it was good, she has to take responsibility for ending something valuable. But if she rewrites history to make it terrible, she's the brave survivor finally escaping something toxic. You're watching your shared past get erased in real time. 7, she's suddenly really interested in her appearance for everyone but you. She's getting dolled up, posting thirst traps on Instagram, fishing for validation from anyone with eyes. But when you compliment her, it's met with indifference or annoyance. She's not trying to look good for you. She's advertising her availability for the next guy. The discard phase often overlaps with her lining up your replacement, and she needs to look good for the auditions. And finally, number 8, your gut is screaming that something's wrong. You can't put your finger on it, but you know. You feel it in your bones. She's different. The energy is off. The connection is dead. You keep asking what's wrong and she keeps saying nothing, but your instincts are telling you everything. Trust that. Your subconscious is picking up on 1,000 micro-behaviors that your conscious mind is trying to rationalize away. If you feel like she's already gone, she probably is. If you're recognizing these signs, here's the hard truth. You can't stop the discard. You can't love her back to the idealization phase. You can't fix this by being better, trying harder, or giving more. She's made her decision. The discard phase isn't a rough patch. It's the ending playing out in slow motion. And the only question left is whether you're going to wait around for her to execute it on her terms, or if you're going to take control and walk away with your dignity intact. Here's what you do, step by step. This isn't going to be easy, but it's going to save you from months of unnecessary pain. Step 1. Accept that it's already over. Stop trying to diagnose what went wrong. Stop looking for the moment it changed. Stop believing you can fix it. The relationship is already dead. She's just keeping the corpse around until the funeral arrangements are finalized. Accepting this truth is brutal, but it's also liberating. Once you accept it's over, you stop wasting energy trying to revive something that's already been buried. Step 2. Stop giving her more ammunition. Every time you chase her, every time you beg for explanation, every time you try to prove your worth, you're giving her evidence to paint you as desperate, needy, or unstable. The discard phase is her collecting material for the story she's going to tell after she leaves. Don't give her content. Stay calm, stay dignified, stay detached. Make it impossible for her to cast you as the obsessive ex. Step 3. Document everything if you need to. If there's shared property, finances, or legal entanglements, start quietly organizing your exit. Don't announce it. Don't threaten it. Just prepare. Get your documents in order. Separate your finances if possible. Know what's yours and what's hers. When toxic people get discarded back or called out, they can get vengeful. Protect yourself legally and financially before you make any moves. Step 4. Tell one person you trust what's happening. The discard phase is isolating because she's been conditioning you to doubt yourself. Having one solid friend or family member who knows the truth keeps you anchored to reality. You'll need that person when she tries to gaslight you about the relationship ending. You'll need them when she rewrites history. You'll need them when you're tempted to go back. Pick wisely and let them hold you accountable. And step 5. Walk away first if you can. This is the power move. If you see the discard phase clearly, if you recognize the signs, don't wait for her to end it. You end it. Not out of spite, not to hurt her, but because you deserve better than waiting around to be discarded. Say something simple. I can see you've checked out of this relationship, and I'm not going to wait around for you to officially end it. I'm done. Then leave. No negotiation. No explanation. No door left open. The reason this is so important is psychological. If she discards you, you'll spend months replaying it, wondering what you could have done differently, blaming yourself for the ending. But if you walk away first, you reclaim your power. You're not the victim of her decision. You're the architect of your own exit. It changes the entire narrative in your head. You didn't get left, you left. And that distinction matters more than you think. Here's the part nobody tells you about the discard phase. After she leaves, or after you leave, she might come back. Not because she misses you. Not because she realized she made a mistake. But because the new supply didn't work out, because she's bored, because she wants to see if she still has control over you. This is called hoovering, and it's the test. If you take her back, you've just taught her that she can discard you and return whenever it's convenient. And the cycle will repeat. Idealize, devalue, discard. Again. When she comes back, and she probably will, your job is simple. Don't engage. No long conversations about what went wrong. No coffee dates to get closure. No sex for old time's sake. Just a firm, clear boundary. That chapter is closed. I wish you well. Then block, delete, move forward. Because every moment you spend entertaining her comeback is a moment you're not healing from the damage she caused. You don't owe her your time, your energy, or your second chances. Look, if you're watching this and you're recognizing your relationship in every word I'm saying, I need you to hear this. You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. She is pulling away. She has checked out. The relationship is ending whether you want to admit it or not. And the kindest thing you can do for yourself is accept reality and start preparing for life after this. Because life after this is going to be better than anything you've experienced with her. You've been living in the devaluation and discard phase for so long that you've forgotten what peace feels like. You've normalized the anxiety, the confusion, the constant feeling that you're failing. But that's not normal. That's not love. That's not even a relationship. That's just you volunteering to be emotionally tortured by someone who stopped caring about you weeks ago. And you deserve so much more than that. The discard phase is her gift to you, even though it doesn't feel like it. It's the ending of something that was destroying you slowly. It's the universe pushing you out of a burning building before you burn with it. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it feels like rejection. But what you're really being rejected from is a cycle of abuse that would have repeated forever if you stayed. She's not discarding you because you're not enough. She's discarding you because she's incapable of healthy love, and you're finally at the point where her dysfunction is too obvious to hide. Stop fighting for someone who's already walking away. Stop begging someone to stay who's already gone. Stop trying to prove your worth to someone who's incapable of seeing it. The discard phase isn't about you. It never was. It's about her broken patterns, her inability to sustain real connection, her need to chase the high of idealization with someone new. You're just collateral damage in her lifelong cycle. Don't make it worse by staying longer than necessary. Walk away now. Walk away with your head high. Walk away knowing you loved fully while she loved conditionally. Walk away knowing you stayed authentic while she performed. Walk away knowing you're capable of real connection, and she's only capable of transactions. The discard phase doesn't define your worth, it reveals hers. And what it reveals is that she was never capable of appreciating what she had. That's her loss, not yours. If this video just explained exactly what you're going through right now, drop "I'm walking away" in the comments below. And if you need support navigating this exit and rebuilding after a toxic relationship, I offer private coaching sessions. Link is pinned in the comments and in the description. Alpha Lens Mindset here. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay sharp.